Hi. So, in this video is for beginners to this style, okay? So I'm going to assume that you know your open position chords like C, A minor, F, play it like this, D7. So I'm going, okay? And then G, right? Just a very straight G chord there, okay? So before I get to, so the song I'm going to use is Don't Think Twice, It's Alright by Bob Dylan. And Doc does a version of this as well. But before I get to that, I just want to give a simple right hand pattern that you can get started on right away. That's the point of this video, is to get you going if you're new to this. So what you want to do is, first of all, try not to move your right hand too much. If you watch Doc, especially Merle Travis, it's like these three fingers are glued to the top of the guitar. It's amazing. He's playing all this fast, crazy stuff, and these fingers, like they never leave, they never come off. It's amazing. And then you'll see if you watch Chet Atkins, the pinky is always planted on the top of the guitar, right? It's always like that. And so the whole idea is try to keep your right hand steady. You don't need to worry too much about it just in the beginning, right? But just keep it in your awareness, and you can learn a lot from watching great players. Just watch what they're doing with their hands, and that was really helpful for me. Okay, so let's get going here. So I'm just going to take, for the first exercise, I'm just going to take a C chord, and I'm just going to play A in the root and then the D and G strings. Like that. Okay? And then I'm going to take, I'm going to add an alternating bass note. So I'm going to go. Then I'm going to take an A minor, do the same thing. Open A string with the thumb, and then D and G. Open, it's not open, but D and G strings. And the E is the alternating bass, not the low E string. Okay, and then once you get that going, just practice that. Nice and slow. You can mute a bit with your palm. You don't have to go overboard, and just make it. And try it different ways, right? So here I'm kind of almost strumming gently. And then I'm going to tighten it up a little bit more. Right? Okay. So the other thing you can do with this is you can add in a little melody note with your first finger now to get the first finger going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play on the C chord. I'm just going to play the open G string with my first finger with that pattern, right? And it's going to be on the and of 3. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You could even do it twice, like. Same thing with the A minor. All right. So now we're going to get to Don't Think Twice, It's Alright, which is a great tune to learn the right hand thumb and one finger style. And so I just want to point out a couple of things. Bob Dylan does this in the key of E. So he puts the capo on the 4th fret, and then you play a C shape at the 5th fret. Just straighten that out. Okay. So I'm going to demo this with the capo off, but the reason I bring this up is that the capo it makes it easier on your left hand. So if you're really practicing your right hand stuff for a long time, sometimes your left hand can get really sore, right? So a little easier with the capo on, and it's a brighter sound. Like I much prefer, it's nice nice and bright. If I play that down here, it's still good, but it's kind of lower and a little darker, right? And I think Doc Watson, when he does his tune, and I think he does it the same way with a capo at the fourth fret like that. All right, so those videos are right. You can find that on YouTube. So just have a listen if you want, right? So for the sake of this lesson, I'm just going to use open position chords, and so I'm going to play. The chords of the song are C, A minor, F, right? So F with the F in the root. You don't need to play the A string. I really recommend you use this shape rather than a bar chord, okay? And the reason is this shape gets used a lot by Merle Travis and Doc Watson for one thing, and there's a reason for it. So if I play this like this, with the open E string on top, I've got an F major 7th. If I move the same shape up 1 fret, I've got, and with the high E string open still, now I've got an F sharp 7th chord, right? And then if I do it again on the G, I got a 6 on top, okay? And so that's a G6. All right? So those are good little things to know. Plus, you can use your pinky to make melody notes out of these shapes as well. So let me just go through the chords. Oh, I forgot one chord. So you got C, A minor, F, D7. So I've got F sharp in the root, open D string, A 2nd fret G string, C 1st fret B string. Okay, and then G. And then there's a C7 chord. There's your straight C, then add a B flat. So 3rd fret G string gives me a C7 chord. All right. So here we go. So there's an intro, and then the rest of the song just repeats. So. C7. Okay. So one thing I forgot to mention was I'm just playing with the chords. I'm just playing the D, G, and B strings on top of the bass notes. So I'm using the A string and the E string for bass notes, and then the D, G, and B strings. I'm also playing the D string with the thumb, right? But for the chords. So for example, G, you just need the D, G, and B strings. Like that, right? For the A minor, right? We don't need to worry about the high E string for this, right? Now, what you can do, once you get that down, is you can do what's called a pinch, right? So a pinch is when I play a bass note and a melody note at the same time. Like, so on this C chord, I'm playing low C and a high C. That's a really good thing to practice, right? And you'll hear those guys do it if you listen to the recording. So I did a pinch there on the G with the open B string. You don't necessarily have to do it on every chord, right? You can do something like. Okay, so just have some fun with that. Let me know in the comments how this lands for you, and if it's helpful. I really want to know. If there's anything missing, I can always redo the video. I'm happy to do that. And any questions, like I say, just let me know. Send me an email if you'd like. And I got lots more for you coming up. Okay? So thank you so much for watching.